So in the last lecture, we have started with valence bond theory. And with the help of this particular theory, we are trying to explain the bond formation, how exactly the overlap of orbitals take place. So there are two types of overlaps, sigma as well as pi. Sigma bond forms because of head-on overlap or side or end-to-end overlap or axial overlap, which happens along the internuclear axis. Pi bond is formed because of sideways or lateral or parallel overlap, which happens perpendicular to the internuclear axis. So sigma bond जो है उसका electron density is present on the internuclear axis. Pi bond जो है its electron density is present above and below the internuclear axis. Three types of overlaps है for the formation of sigma bond: SS, SP, and PP. S orbital being non-directional, SS overlap is relatively weak when compared to SP and PP. P orbital is directional. So whenever these two p orbitals are overlapping, I can say most of the electron density will be present in the overlap region, or the probability of finding the electron in the overlap region will be more. Hence, PP overlap is stronger, followed by SP and SS. SS overlap is the weakest. Okay. Okay. Then we have seen pi bond formation. Always the first bond formed is the sigma bond, because sigma bond is formed because of head-on overlap. Okay. Sigma bond strong होने के वजह से पहले वो बनेगा. So if the two atoms are approaching along the internuclear axis, first the sigma bond is formed. Sigma bond बनने के बाद ये दोनों orbitals they will be overlapped sideways to form a pi bond. और एक चीज याद रखना है, pi bond is always formed between symmetric orbitals. मतलब ये py है तो ये भी py ही होना चाहिए, तभी इन दोनों के बीच में pi bond बन सकता है. अगर pz है तो उन दोनों के बीच में ओवरलैप नहीं हो पाएगा. ओके, ये दोनों पैरेलल में है ना, तो इसकी वजह से इन दोनों के बीच में ओवरलैप हो रहा है. So a px forms a pi bond with px only, py forms pi bond with py only, pz forms pi bond with pz only. In this case, I am considering the internuclear axis as x-axis. So px px sigma bond बनाया, py py pi bond बनाया. Okay? Clear है ना ये सबको? Okay. Let us try to mark the differences between a sigma bond and a pi bond.
सर वो N2 का फॉर्मेशन एक बार फिर.
Okay, okay. N2 में क्या हुआ? नाइट्रोजन का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है 1s2 2s2 p3. So you have 3 unpaired electrons which are present in 3 orbitals of p subshell. So एक px में, एक py में, एक pz में. I am considering x-axis as the internuclear axis. मतलब क्या है? The nucleus are approaching or the nuclei are approaching along the x-axis. X-axis के ऊपर already you have px orbital. So if they are approaching along the axis, ये px जो है पहले हेड ऑन ओवरलैप होगा. ये जो py और pz इन दोनों इनके बीच में साइडवेज ओवरलैप होगा. py के साथ ही साइडवेज ओवरलैप होगा, pz के साथ ही होगा. ओके. So whenever the py and py is overlapping to form a pi bond, इसके above एक इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी है, उसके below एक इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी है. Similarly pz और pz ओवरलैप हो रहे तो इधर भी internuclear axis के above एक electron density रहेगा which is coming out of the plane, and internuclear axis के below एक electron density रहेगा which is going into the plane. Okay, so this electron density and an electron density which is present above the plane, this electron density and an electron density which is present below the plane. These 4 electron densities, ये जो 4 है ना, they merge to form cylindrical pi electron cloud. So एक sigma bond है, उसके around एक cylinder जैसा है. Okay?
Yes sir.
Okay. Let us mark the differences between sigma bond and pi bond. ये जो सिग्मा बॉन्ड बनेगा किस टाइप ऑफ ओवरलैप की वजह से बनेगा सिग्मा बॉन्ड?
हेड ऑन
हेड ऑन ओवरलैप। पाई बॉन्ड किस वजह से बनेगा?
साइडवेज ओवरलैप
Sideways overlap or parallel overlap. Okay, so first point, in this case you are having end to end or head on overlap. Pi bond is formed because of sideways or parallel overlap. Okay, in this case in the form after the formation of sigma bond कितना electron clouds रहेंगे? A sigma bond is made up of how many electron clouds? After the overlap sigma bond में कितने electron clouds रहेंगे? कितने और इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड्स है? There is only one electron cloud ना?
Yes, sir.
There is only one electron cloud and it is present symmetrically about the internuclear axis. Okay, in case of pi bond you have two electron clouds. One is above the internuclear axis and the other is below the internuclear axis. Okay, so sigma bond case में I can write it consists of a single electron cloud present symmetrically about the internuclear axis. In case of pi bond, it consists of two electron clouds present above and below the internuclear axis. Okay. Okay. Out of these two, which bond is stronger? Sigma bond or pi bond? So ये जो sigma bond है,
sigma bond
it is a stronger bond. Example, अगर कार्बन कार्बन के बीच में सिग्मा बॉन्ड है तो the energy is 80 kilocalorie per mole. जो pi bond है, it is a weaker bond and if it is pi bond, कार्बन कार्बन के बीच में अगर pi bond रहा तो the energy is 65 kilocalorie per mole. Okay. So if this is a stronger bond, what can you comment on the stability? Out of sigma and pi, which is more stable?
Sigma bond.
This is stable bond. This is relatively less stable. Can you have only sigma bond in a molecule?
Yes.
If there is single bond, then you will have only sigma bond, right? So a sigma bond can have independent existence. Okay, it can exist independently. Can you have only pi bond in a molecule?
No.
No, right? Only after the formation of sigma bond, a pi bond is formed. So there is no independent existence for pi bond. Okay, so I can write जो sigma bond है can independently exist. Pi bond के लिए a pi bond is formed only after sigma bond. Okay. अभी नेक्स्ट सेक्शन में हम हाइब्रिडाइजेशन करके कुछ पढ़ेंगे. Hybridization depends only on the sigma bond. Hybridization depends upon sigma bonds. Hybridization is not governed by pi bonds. मतलब whenever you are looking for the hybridization of the molecule, we will take into consideration only the sigma bonds. The number of pi bonds doesn't affect the hybridization. Hybridization का मतलब क्या है? We will see. Don't worry. और एक point. अभी जो point लिखने वाला हूँ, I will be explaining that particular point later in organic chemistry. Okay. What important है? Free rotation about sigma bonds is possible. Free rotation about sigma bonds is possible. And because of this particular free rotation, in organic chemistry, we will generate a set of compounds called conformers. Because of free rotation of the sigma bond, we generate a set of molecules called conformers. In case of pi bond, there is restricted rotation. There is restricted or no rotation about the internuclear axis. And this will lead to the formation of compounds called geometrical isomers. एक बार ये फ्री रोटेशन और restricted rotation का मतलब क्या है? Let us try to understand. Suppose I am taking a sigma bond between P and P. PP overlap के साथ ले रहा हूँ. ये एक P हो गया. ये दूसरा P हो गया. Everyone please observe. ये इसके साथ ओवरलैप हो रहा है, ठीक है, बट इफ आई एम ट्राइंग टू अभी everyone, this is the overlap region. Fix this particular atom, इसको fix करो, इसको पकड़ो and try to rotate this particular atom. If you are rotating it, will there be any effect on the overlap region? If you are rotating
No.
this p orbital, okay, 360 degrees rotate करो. If you are rotating this, there won't be any effect in the overlap region. So जो sigma bond है वो वैसा ही intact है और break नहीं हुआ. But if you are taking a pi bond is formed because of sideways overlap. Okay. If you are trying to rotate this, इस orbital, इस atom को पकड़ के इस atom को rotate कर रहा हूँ, तब वो जो भी overlap region है वो break हो जाएगा. Okay, I am trying to bend this. If I am trying to rotate this, ये जो particular orbital है which is present in the plane, it will be going into the plane and ये वाला part out of the plane आएगा ना. Okay, if I am trying to rotate this, ये जो bond है इन दोनों के बीच में जो overlap region हुआ है वो break हो जाएगा. इस केस में वैसे रोटेट करने से इसको स्क्रू जैसे रोटेट करो. If you are rotating it, there won't be any effect on the overlap region. अभी भी वो वही रहेगा. यहाँ पे रोटेट कर रहा हूँ तो there will be effect on the overlap region. और जो bond है वो break हो जाएगा. So there is restricted or no rotation about the internuclear axis in case of pi bond. You can have free rotation in case of sigma bond. Because of this particular free rotation, we generate a set of compounds called conformers. As there is no free rotation or there is restricted rotation about the internuclear axis, in case of pi bonds, we generate compounds which are called as geometrical isomers. We will understand about conformers and geometrical isomers in organic chemistry. Don't worry. अभी के लिए आप लोग को इतना समझ में आना चाहिए what is meant by free rotation and what is meant by restricted rotation. समझ में आया? Is this clear? Okay. Next point. Sigma bond electrons are localized. Sigma bond electrons are localized. Pi bond electrons are delocalized. Pi bond electrons can be delocalized. In case of resonance. अगर आप लोग को याद है तो रेजोनेंस के केस में हम एक बॉन्ड को शिफ्ट करते थे. Okay, and the bond which we are shifting is the second bond. The first bond formed is the sigma bond, the second bond formed is the pi bond. और जो pi bond को हमने, if you see resonating structures, okay, देखो यहाँ पे क्या किया हमने, ये दो बॉन्ड्स को अभी इन दोनों के बीच में शिफ्ट किया. इन ए वे वी आर शिफ्टिंग द पाई बॉन्ड. और ये दो बॉन्ड्स को अभी इन दोनों के बीच में शिफ्ट किया. ये दो बॉन्ड्स को इन दोनों के बीच में शिफ्ट किया. सो ऑन सो फोर्थ. So what is happening in resonance? We are shifting the pi electron cloud, और ये जो pi electron cloud है, we say it is delocalized. Localized मतलब it will be present between two atoms or it will be concentrated between two atoms. Delocalization मतलब spreading of that particular electron density. Okay, so ये जो pi bond है, देखो it got distributed, the pi electron cloud got distributed or delocalized. Sigma bond will never be delocalized. Sigma bond is always yeah. ये समझ में आया? Free rotation as well as restricted rotation. Everyone? Free rotation और restricted rotation ये क्या है समझ में आया ना सब लोग को?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ये वाला point 8 point. Sigma bonds are localized, but a pi bond can be delocalized in case of resonance. हमने resonance में वो जो electrons है, we have distributed the electrons. देखो, the first bond formed is a sigma bond, the second bond is the pi bond. यहाँ पे जो pi bond है, इन दोनों के बीच में है. अभी वो जो pi bond है, इस स्ट्रक्चर में ये दोनों के बीच में और लास्ट स्ट्रक्चर में ये दोनों के बीच में. So we are delocalizing that particular pi bond, or else or resonance hybrid में the pi electron density is present between all the atoms. Okay, it got distributed or it got delocalized. This process is called as delocalization, which happens in resonance. During delocalization, only the pi electron cloud will be distributed, but not the sigma bond. Okay, so sigma bond is localized or it is fixed. A pi bond can move or a pi bond can be distributed or a pi electron density can be distributed among the atoms. Okay.
So can you please explain again? I got disconnected.
मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ, ये जो pi bond है, it can be distributed among the atoms. Distributed among the atoms का मतलब क्या है? देखो यहाँ पे क्या किया हमने रेजोनेंस हाइब्रिड में, एक पाई इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी को और जो पाई बॉन्ड है we have distributed among all the three atoms. इन दोनों के बीच में, इन दोनों के बीच में, इन दोनों के बीच में. So the pi electron cloud is not fixed. Okay, this is called as delocalization and this can happen in case of resonance. जब resonance होगा तभी वो distribute होगा. Okay, वैसे sigma bond को कभी distribute नहीं कर सकते हम. Sigma bond is always fixed between two atoms. It cannot be distributed. इसका mechanism कैसा है? We will be seeing in organic chemistry.
हाँ sir.
Okay.
Yes sir.
Last point. है जो shape of the molecule है, shape and geometry. It is determined only by sigma bonds. Shape of the molecule is determined by the sigma bonds. shape is not affected by the number of pi bonds. While determining the shape, हमने number of side atoms, number of bond pairs देखा. Number of bond pairs is nothing but number of side atoms. We are not exactly seeing the total number of bond pairs, है ना? We are just seeing the sigma bond. और जो एक bond है उसी के बारे में देख रहे हैं. The number of side atoms are nothing but the number of bond pairs. उस side atom के साथ it can form 2 bonds or it can form 3 bonds. फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. We are considering only one bond which is a sigma bond. क्योंकि एक बार वो sigma bond के साथ उसका position fix हो गया तो वो जो pi bond है it will be formed above and below the internuclear axis ना. Its shape cannot be changed. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we will be determining the shape only by using sigma bonds, but not by pi bonds. Okay. I hope all these differences are clear. We will go to the next concept, which is hybridization. सबसे पहले we will try to understand ये जो BBT theory का extension, ये जो hybridization क्यों extend किया गया? Okay.
इस theory पे questions नहीं होते?
होता है, अभी पढ़ेंगे. Hybridization. अभी ये जो valence bond theory है, it has some limitation. मतलब it could not explain the formation of some molecules. In order to explain the formation of such molecules, they extended that particular theory into hybridization. So उसका पहले limitation कुछ limitation के लिए एक molecule को study करते हैं. Suppose let us take the example of CH4. Everyone tell me the geometry of CH4. Tetrahedral, carbon का outermost electrons 4. हर एक हाइड्रोजन को एक चाहिए, so 4 हाइड्रोजन्स को 4 लगेंगे. So number of bond pairs is nothing but number of side atoms. Side atoms कितना है? 4. Number of lone pairs, the electrons which are not participating in bonding will become lone pairs. कार्बन के चारों के 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. नंबर ऑफ लोन पेयर्स आर 0. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर्स कितना हो गया? 4 हो गया. सो द ज्योमेट्री हैज टू बी टेट्राहेड्रल. ओके, ठीक है, ज्योमेट्री टेट्राहेड्रल है. व्हाट इज द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऑफ कार्बन? इट इज 1s2 2s2 2p2. If I am representing the ground state electronic configuration, ground state मतलब जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स किस अरेंजमेंट में होना चाहिए उसी अरेंजमेंट में है तो it is called as ground state. 2s2 2p2. I am showing only the outermost electronic configuration. S के अंदर 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, P के अंदर 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. So in the ground state, what are the total number of unpaired electrons for carbon?
2.
You have only 2. But अभी कार्बन कितना bonds बना रहे हैं?
4 bonds.
4 bonds. इसका मतलब कितना unpaired electrons रहना चाहिए था?
4.
4 unpaired electrons. So you don't have 4 unpaired electrons here. So सबसे पहले होगा क्या? That particular carbon will go into excited state. Excited state मतलब one of the electron from the s orbital shifts into p orbital. यहाँ पे एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है, यहाँ पे 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. Now you can see 4 unpaired electrons. These 4 unpaired electrons will be overlapping with 4 unpaired electrons of hydrogen, and it will be leading to the formation of CH4 molecule. ओके, ठीक है. अभी हमको CH4 मॉलिक्यूल का ये जो टेट्राहेड्रल ज्योमेट्री है उसको एक्सप्लेन करना है. अभी ये जो है दिस इज s ऑर्बिटल, दिस इज px, दिस इज py, दिस इज pz मान लेते हैं। हाइड्रोजन का कौन सा ऑर्बिटल है?
S orbital.
S.
s ऑर्बिटल। हाइड्रोजन में जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन है, its configuration is 1s1, so its electron is present in s orbital. So if that particular hydrogen is overlapping with carbon, क्या क्या होगा? You can have an ss overlap, yeah, everyone. So if carbon is overlapping with 4 hydrogen atoms, कार्बन में जो अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, एक s ऑर्बिटल में है और 3 p ऑर्बिटल्स में है. So unpaired electron of carbon, if it is overlapping with unpaired electrons of hydrogen, it will result in 2 different types of overlaps. One is ss overlap and the other is sp overlap. Okay, 3 sp overlaps है हमारे पास और एक ss overlap है. Out of these 2 overlaps, which is a better overlap, ss या sp?
SP.
sp overlap is stronger when compared to ss overlap, everyone. So if sp overlap is stronger, can I say among those 4 bonds, कार्बन 4 bonds जो बना रहे, 3 bonds एक जैसा होना चाहिए और एक bond थोड़ा different type के होना चाहिए, और else ये 3 bonds की bond energies का value 1 होना चाहिए, और ये जो particular एक bond जो बच गया ss overlap का, उसका bond energy अलग होना चाहिए. ये मानते हो?
Yes, sir.
Or else I can say all 4 bonds should not be equivalent according to this particular understanding. Okay, but actual में क्या है, all the 4 bonds in CH4 are equivalent. मतलब सबको ब्रेक करने के लिए एनर्जी सेम अमाउंट ही लगता है और उनका बॉन्ड लेंथ है ACH, 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 सारा बॉन्ड लेंथ सेम है. If you are having this different overlaps, the bond lengths must be different. But वैसा नहीं है, all the bond lengths are same, all the bond energies are same. Okay, इसका मतलब क्या है? The overlap is not happening in this particular way. Okay, किसी और तरीके से overlap हो रहे हैं. Or else, what is the shape of the CH4 molecule? It is tetrahedral. ये जो p orbitals है, all the 3 p orbitals are at angles of 90 degrees.
Yes, sir.
Okay, अगर हाइड्रोजन आके इसके साथ ओवरलैप हो रहे, यहाँ पे एक हाइड्रोजन मान लेते हैं, यहाँ पे एक हाइड्रोजन है, यहाँ पे एक हाइड्रोजन है, ये तो pp हो गया. s ऑर्बिटल और s ऑर्बिटल का शो नहीं कर रहा हूँ. बिकॉज ऑफ ओवरलैप इन दिस पर्टिकुलर वे, मतलब px py pz वैसा ही रहा और उसके साथ ओवरलैप हो रहे हाइड्रोजन के साथ. व्हाट विल बी द बॉन्ड एंगल्स? बॉन्ड पेयर, ये जो बॉन्ड पेयर के बीच में बॉन्ड एंगल कितना है? 90 डिग्रीज आ रहे हैं ना. बट एक्चुअल में बॉन्ड एंगल कितना रहता है CH4 में? 109.5
109.2.
109.28 minutes or 109.5 degrees. Okay, so we are unable to explain the geometry of the molecule or the bond angles inside the molecule of CH4 with pure VBT theory. If we are considering purely the overlap of the orbitals with the unpaired electrons, okay, जिन orbitals में भी unpaired electrons है उनको वैसा ही overlap कर रहा हूं तो we are unable to explain the fact that all C bond H are equivalent and the bond angles among them is 109.5 degrees or the geometry of the molecule is tetrahedral. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? So होता क्या है? Everyone understand this, very important. Please concentrate. होता क्या है? Just before the bond formation, all these orbitals will intermix among themselves. ये अपने आप में combine होके they will be forming a set of orbitals called hybrid orbitals. Okay, number of pure atomic orbitals combined will be equal to the number of hybrid orbitals formed. This is based on conservation of electrons, okay, or conservation of orbitals. Everyone, क्या हो रहा है? Just before the formation of bond with the hydrogen atom, these orbitals, the orbitals of carbon, are intermixing among themselves and they are forming new set of orbitals which is called as hybrid orbital. And the shape of the hybrid orbital, s orbital का shape spherical है, p orbital का shape dumbbell है, but hybrid orbital का shape जो है, shape of the hybrid orbital HS indicates hybrid state, okay? Shape of hybrid orbital, it looks something like this. All hybrid orbital shape is drawn like this. And this is highly directional. Highly directional, मतलब most of the electron density will be present in this particular lobe. यहाँ पे electron density है ही नहीं. So ये जो चार atomic orbitals जो है वो अपने आप में combine होके they are forming 4 hybrid orbitals and the formed 4 hybrid orbitals will be oriented along the 4 corners of the tetrahedron. मतलब ये हुआ, ये एक है, okay. These are the 4 hybrid orbitals present inside the carbon. With these 4 hybrid orbitals, hydrogen will be participating in bonding. AS orbital, which is leading to the formation of a tetrahedral shape. दिख रहा है? This leads to the formation of a tetrahedral geometry. समझ में आया? Everyone.
Sir, because of hybridization, there will be any change in angle or not? Bond angle.
There is change in the bond angle ना. ये hybridization होने के बाद जो new orbitals बन रहे, in order to have maximum stability and least repulsive forces, those newly formed 4 orbitals, they are arranged along the 4 corners of the tetrahedron. और जो tetrahedron रहता है, these are aligned along the 4 corners of the tetrahedron. अभी इसके वजह से इनके बीच में bond angle 109.5 degrees बना. ये जो hybridization है, it is a theoretical effort to explain the shapes and geometries of the molecules. Okay, ये हमने ऐसा कुछ theory बनाया है just to explain the shapes and geometries of the molecules, just to explain the same bond energies of all C bond H. If we are trying to overlap with these pure atomic orbitals, we can clearly see two different types of overlaps, and that should result in two different bond parameters. वैसा नहीं आ रहा है ना हमको. All C bond H are equivalent, and if we are overlapping in this particular way, the bond angles must be 90 degrees. 90 degrees नहीं है, हमको पता है 109.5 degrees है. So ये explain करने के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We are introducing a new concept which is called as hybridization, which is entirely theoretical. वो जो experimental facts है उनको fit करने के लिए हमने theory बनाया है. Experimental facts क्या है? Same bond energies and the bond angles of 109.5 degrees. Okay. To explain this, we are saying that before bonding, और जो orbitals, pure atomic orbitals जो है, वो अपने आप में combine होके, they are forming hybrid orbitals, and based upon the geometry, वो hybrid orbitals भी वैसे ही बनेंगे. Geometry इसमें tetrahedral है, so the four hybrid orbitals formed will be placed along the four corners of the tetrahedron. समझ में आ रहा है?
हाँ सर.
Everyone. And always we will draw a hybrid orbital as a highly directional orbital. क्योंकि highly directional होने की वजह से होता क्या है? I can say whenever there is an overlap with another orbital, most of the electron density will be concentrated in this region, because this is highly directional. Even the s orbital is non-directional. ये जो this is called as sp3 hybrid orbital. sp3 hybrid orbital because you are combining 1s and 3p. sp3 hybrid orbitals. S का 1, P का 3, so total 4. So you will have 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. सारे के सारे sp3 hybrid orbital ही कहेंगे. ये भी sp3, 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 sp3. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. थोड़ा point wise लिखते हैं इसी को. Hybridization is defined as the intermixing of atomic orbitals of comparable energy the orbitals which are combining, they must be of comparable energy, okay? Of comparable energy of the central atom to produce a set of new orbitals of equivalent energies. The newly formed orbitals are called hybrid orbitals. The newly formed orbitals are called hybrid orbitals. Okay. Is this clear? It is defined as intermixing of atomic orbitals of comparable energy which are present on the central atom to produce a new set of orbitals of equivalent energies. Equivalent matlab same energies. Then the newly formed orbitals are called as hybrid orbitals. The number of atomic orbitals.
Sir,
Yeah.
you said that it happens only in case of sigma bond. Why it does not happen in case of pi bond?
नहीं एक बार देखते हैं एक जब एक पाई बॉन्ड का केस आता है उसमें समझाता हूँ the number of atomic orbitals combined is equal to number of hybrid orbitals formed. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Let us mark the differences between an atomic orbital and a hybrid orbital. First point, atomic orbitals having comparable energy combined, और else वो जो atomic orbitals है before combination they are having different energies. ये जो s orbital और p orbital जो है इन दोनों के बीच में energy different है, so I can say they are non degenerate. Degenerate मतलब same energy. Non degenerate मतलब different energies. ये जो hybrid orbitals है which are formed because of combination of atomic orbitals, all of them will be having same energy or they are degenerate. Hybrid orbitals formed have equal energy or they are degenerate. Okay. Next, different atomic orbitals, they have different shapes and size. Atomic orbitals have different shapes and size, but if you are considering hybrid orbitals, all of them are of same shape and size. Okay, have identical shape and size. Atomic orbitals जो है can form sigma as well as pi bonds, like the case of N2 molecule O2 molecule. उसमें तो हम hybridization कुछ नहीं करवाया ना, normally bonding करवाया. So in that case जो भी atomic orbitals है, they have formed both sigma as well as pi bonds. Okay, but whenever you have a hybrid orbital can form only sigma bonds. We will not use the hybrid orbital for the formation of a pi bond. Okay, we will understand that with an example. बाद में hybrid orbitals are used only for the formation of sigma bonds, but not for formation of pi bonds. Okay. I hope this is clear. है जो hybridization है, hybridization is a theoretical effort to understand the shapes of molecules which are experimental facts. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? Once again, let us try to understand. अभी हमने CH4 molecule का example लिया. Carbon का outermost electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. If I am taking the ground state configuration, we can see only 2 unpaired electrons. According to BBT, only the unpaired electrons will be participating in bonding. Okay. So if you have 2 unpaired electrons, you cannot form 4 bonds. क्योंकि 4 हाइड्रोजन से ना कम से कम एक बॉन्ड तो बनना ही पड़ेगा हर एक हाइड्रोजन के साथ. Okay. So in order to form 4 bonds, you need to have 4 unpaired electrons. So पहले हमने excited state करके कुछ बात किया. उसमें क्या हो रहा है? One of the electron from the s orbital has excited into the p orbital. Okay, this resulted in the formation of 4 unpaired electrons. अभी हमारे पास 4 unpaired electrons है. If you are making these unpaired electrons to overlap with the unpaired electrons of hydrogen, okay, without any hybridization, तब क्या हो रहा है? It will result in 2 different types of overlaps. One is SS overlap and the other is SP overlap. You have 1 SS overlap and 3 SP overlap. Okay, suppose ऐसा ही consider कर ले overlap हो रहा है. तब हमको क्या आना चाहिए? You should get 3 bonds of one type and 1 bond of the other type. ओके, 3 बॉन्ड्स का बॉन्ड एनर्जीज या बॉन्ड पैरामीटर्स एक जैसा होना चाहिए, एक बॉन्ड का बॉन्ड पैरामीटर अलग होना चाहिए. बट if you see experimental facts, all the bonds are equivalent and सबके बीच में the bond angle is 109.5 degrees, which we can get that by VSEPR theory, by understanding repulsive forces among the electron pairs. So ये जो 109.5 degrees है, it cannot be explained if I am overlapping the pure orbitals of carbon with hydrogen. कार्बन का प्योर ऑर्बिटल्स जैसा ओवरलैप हो रहे तो all these 3 pure orbitals which are px, py, pz are placed at a bond angles of 90 degrees. So अभी जो बॉन्ड बनने के बाद उनके बीच में बॉन्ड एंगल कितना होना चाहिए? 90 90 90 होना चाहिए था. बट हमको क्या पता? The bond angles are 109.5 degrees. So just to explain this, we have introduced a concept called hybridization. हाइब्रिडाइजेशन में होता क्या है? Just before the bond formation, all the atomic orbitals are combining among themselves to form new set of orbitals called hybrid orbitals. These hybrid orbitals are having geometry in space as tetrahedral. These 4 hybrid orbitals are aligned along the 4 corners of the tetrahedron. Okay, these 4 hybrid orbitals are forming bond with the atomic orbitals of hydrogen. And ये जो hybridization का concept है, this is only for the central atom. We won't be having any hybridization for the side atoms. Central atom के लिए ही hybridization define होता है, side atoms के लिए नहीं होगा. Okay? And the formed hybrid orbital is highly directional in order to have effective overlap. Is this clear? So एक S और 3 P combine किया तो the type of hybridization is called as sp3 hybridization. So let us see the types of hybridization which are possible. अभी ये जो पर्टिकुलर केस है और सब केसेस के लिए हम एक एक एग्जांपल लेके स्टडी करेंगे, डोंट वरी. Types of hybridization. पहला वाला, if one s orbital combines with one p orbital, we will say it is sp hybridization, and the number of hybrid orbitals formed will be equal to कितने? कितने होंगे? 2 atomic orbitals combine किया तो 2 hybrid orbitals बनेंगे. So you have 2 sp hybrid orbitals. Both the hybrid orbitals are referred to as sp orbital, sp hybrid orbital. Okay. Similarly, one s can combine with 2p, p plus p, to form sp2 hybridization. एक s can combine with 3p to form sp3 hybridization. S can combine with P as well as D to form sp3d. sp3d hybridization में कितने hybrid orbitals है?
5.
5. Okay, you have 5 hybrid orbitals. एक s 3p और 2d. This will lead to
sp3d2.
sp3d2. Okay, एक केस 3p और 3d. This is called as sp3d3. Okay, इनके अलावा we have 3 other variations which we will be seeing in coordination compounds chapter, which is part of 12th. Okay, those combinations are, अभी sp3d का मतलब होता है all the orbitals which are combined are outermost shell orbitals. मतलब suppose fourth shell ले लेते हैं, 4s और 3 4p orbitals और एक 4d orbital. If they are combining, it is forming sp3d. You can have a variation for this. You can have a variation for this, which is 3d का एक d orbital, 4s का और 4th shell का p orbitals. If they are combining, the hybridization is called as dsp3. sp3d is different from dsp3. Similarly, d of the inner shell and s of the outer shell, p of the outer shell. If they are combining, they will be forming a hybridization called d2sp3. Okay, d3sp3 जैसा कुछ नहीं है, but we have dsp2, d of inner, s of outer shell, and 2 p orbitals of outer shell, which will lead to the formation of hybridization called dsp2. dsp3, d2sp3, dsp2. About these hybridizations, we will be reading in 12th in coordination compounds chapter. Inner shell का भी participate कर सकता है in coordination compounds. तो कैसे होता है? We will be seeing that later. Don't worry now. For now, we are overlapping orbitals of only outermost shell. Okay. We will see the first case of hybridization, which is sp. sp hybridization का और एक नाम है. It is also referred to as diagonal. सारे केसेस के लिए एक एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं. Example BeF2. Tell me the electron configuration of beryllium. It is 1s2,
2s2.
1s2, 2s2. So the ground state configuration is outermost shell में you have 2 electrons. Are there any unpaired electrons?
No, sir.
No, right? So if it is participating in bonding, there have to be some unpaired electrons. So in the excited state, one of the electron from the 2s will be excited to 2p. Okay. Now these 2 unpaired electrons orbitals will be combined to form 2 hybrid orbitals. Okay. एक s और एक p. Suppose मैं मान रहा हूँ px के साथ combine हो रहे हैं. So py और pz वैसा ही है. So this is nothing but sp hybridization. What is the shape of BeF2? What is the shape or geometry of BeF2?
Linear.
Linear. Beryllium का outermost electrons 2 है. Both the 2 electrons are participating in bonding. So you have 2 side atoms and 0 lone pairs. So the electron pairs are 2. So the shape is linear. Linear का मतलब क्या होता है? अभी those formed sp orbitals are aligned in this way. ये एक ऑर्बिटल हो गया, ये दूसरा ऑर्बिटल हो गया. दिस इज बेरिलियम. समझ में आया? The formed hybrid orbitals are aligned in such a way such that they will be forming a linear geometry. ये एक हुआ. फ्लोरीन का outermost configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p5 ना. वो जो अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन है वो किस ऑर्बिटल के अंदर है? p के अंदर है ना. फ्लोरीन इज 1s2 2s2 2p5. The unpaired electron is present in p orbital. So जो फ्लोरीन का p orbital है it will be overlapping with the hybrid orbitals of beryllium to form a linear geometry. ये beryllium atom का हो गया. This is beryllium, this is fluorine and fluorine. And what is the internuclear axis here? The internuclear axis is x-axis. X-axis करके क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? Because I'm combining S with PX. Py और Pz का वैसा ही रखा. Okay, so the formed hybrid orbitals will be aligned along the x-axis. Okay, so if they are aligned along the x-axis, fluorine का भी px orbital, fluorine के केस में भी ये px orbital, ये वाला भी px orbital. These are sp hybrid orbitals. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will understand some more examples of other hybridizations in the next lecture. Okay. If you are having any doubt in this hybridization, please let me know. Okay. Thank you, everyone.